What's going on YouTube? Kamikazevondoom here with another Division 2 build video. And today's build video is going to give you the most hate mail you'll ever receive running a build. This will, as soon as they even inspect you, they'll send you hate mail. I'm telling you. Now, I've done some skill builds in the past for PvP. I've done, like mortar turret builds. I've done sticky bomb builds. Stinger hive builds, what have you. Now this one is a little more toxic. Reason being is this will just one hit anything. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and show you some gameplay. That way you can understand what I'm saying before I show you the build breakdown. But basically what I'm going to do is I'll show you all of my live PvP clips of me using this build and just one hitting everybody. And then I'm going to switch over to the Dark Zone, and I'm going to show you with one of my clanmates. His name is Subi Razor, and he's running a 2.1 million armor build with the tardigrade and adrenaline rush. That way he gets bonus armor every time he gets near my skills, and it still kills him. Even through the 2.1 million with adrenaline rush and tardigrade, it still kills him. So it doesn't matter what build people are running, this is still gonna mess you up. Even if you're running the explosive resistance build like I have back in the past, even in that video you saw my buddy I Am Fox, you saw him kill me with the explosive trap. Now I've never really used it too much, but the last few days I decided to go ahead and unlock the shrapnel trap and then put a build together. Now, before I show you the gameplay, a lot of you might say, well, how do you get this skill? So let me show you. So if you go over here to Coney Island Amusement Park, you can see in the bottom left-hand corner, it has options for select, fast travel, matchmaking, and then mission settings. You want to change the mission settings. So hold down Y. And now you can see Coney Island Manhunt Schaefer. So during this manhunt mission with Schaefer, at the end of it you will get the explosive trap or the shrapnel trap. So again, this whole video is going to be about my shrapnel trap build. And it is this skill right here, shrapnel trap. So without further ado, let's go ahead and jump to the PvP gameplay, Dark Zone gameplay, and then we'll get into the build breakdown. Now, a funny thing about the Dark Zone gameplay is that I accidentally got a solo manhunt with this build while testing it out with my clan member. It was pretty funny. So I'll leave that part in there. That way you can see some funny, unedited, footage. And then we'll come back for the build breakdown. Now, shout out to the DoD, Disciples of Doom. And I will see you guys in just a second. Enjoy.
Boost. Agent down. Serious trauma detected. Agent down. The enemy is acquiring the boost. The boost has been taken by the enemy. Rogue Defender drone detected. Rogue Hive detected. Rogue Seeker Mine detected.
There are no more rogue reinforcements. Eliminate whoever's left.
Allies are acquiring the boost. Allies have acquired the boost. An agent needs assistance. Yes. Detected.
I've sent a specialization supply drop your way.
Now.
Reinforcements are running low.
Medical assistance needed. Agent. Agent down. Rogue Stinger Hive detected. An agent needs assistance. Rogue Striker drone detected. Agent down. Agent down. System disrupted. An agent needs assistance. System back online. Agent down. Boost about to expire. Allies are acquiring the boost. The boost has been taken by allies. Agent needs assistance.
What's going on, you guys? Here we are in the Dark Zone with me and a clan member named Subi Razor. Now, Subi over here is running one of his tank builds. Let me see if I can pull him up in the clan. Here we go. So right here, Subi is running a 2.1 million armor build with tardigrade and adrenaline rush. So what we're doing is we are going to test that against my shrapnel trap. And remember that the adrenaline rush procs every time he's near one of these traps. So in theory, he should be able to survive. But we're just going to see what this does against 2.1 million armor. So our little test here is he's standing right here and he's going to try to make it to the stairs. So we're going to see if he can actually make it to the stairs. So let's see. Wish Subi luck. Alright, here we go, man. Oh, hold on. I'm not rogue. For some reason it glitched out. There we go. Oh, he made it! He made it! Oh, no, he didn't. He's dead. Oh, man. You even had the additional armor from the adrenaline rush. I saw that. You just about made it. That was crazy. I can pick you up in 15 seconds. No! Subi! Alright, so we'll test that one more time, and then we will get back to the build breakdown. I just wanted to show everybody what it's like even against the most tankiest of tanky builds. And we're in the Dark Zone, so there's really no real holds bar. You guys saw what happened in Conflict. So here we go again. Same thing. See if he can make it up the stairs. Alright, you are good, brother man. Let's see what happens. He got it. Oh, no! No! Oh, man. Alright, so for the very last test, obviously I do have a sticky bomb as well. So what I'm going to do is I'll have him come out. He'll hit one of those, and then I'm going to sticky bomb him. We're not going to try to kill him with the trap. But the point is to get my shock and awe to proc. And so just go to the very first one. Just get the first one to proc off. There you go. And then just stay there. 2.1 million. Here we go. Almost. That was a 1.69. So he can still outlast that. So this up against a tank build is okay. But it does still one hit with these shrapnels. Because if he were to even try to get to those stairs, he's not going to make it. Alright. Cool, man. Everyone say thank you to Subi. Thank you, Subi Razor, for helping us. But that is our little Dark Zone shrapnel trap. Little test. Oh, and we've got Whammy God over here just chilling. Hold on, let's see. Oh, one hit Whammy God. That was a 1.9 million hit. Dang. But alright, let's get back to the build breakdown. Alright. Cool, man. Thanks a lot. Thank you very much for that, Subi. I appreciate you, brother. I appreciate you. But yeah, man, get your hunter mask. And let me know. Are you going for the Warlords of New York hunters? Is that what you're doing? Holy shoot. I just got a manhunt. I didn't mean to kill those two with the sticky, but I did. Oh, man. Oh, that was hilarious. Alright. I hope you guys enjoyed that gameplay and Dark Zone gameplay. But yeah, let's jump into the build breakdown. Because as you noticed in that gameplay, not only is my Shrapnel trap one-hitting players, but also my sticky bomb with this build. Now, jumping into the build breakdown, starting off at the top with our specialization. We are using the Demolitionist specialization. Reason being is the explosive damage. Now, if I go over here to my stats, you need to go to the bottom of your offensive tab. So here we go, and you will see your explosive damage. So with this explosive damage build, you need to have 40% explosive damage total. Now to get that, you need to have the brand set bonuses from both Grupo Sombra and China Light. And then you also need to run the Demolitionist specialization. That way you can get the explosive damage from that as well. Now the talent under the specialization tree, it is called Explosive Ordnance. So make sure you have that talent active on your Demolitionist specialization tree, and you should be able to get up to the 40% I am showing you right here. But alright, so that is the specialization. Going down to the weapons, my primary is the capacitor. The capacitor right now is shooting at 72.4K, and that is with 700 RPMs and a 41 round magazine. Now for the attributes, I have max AR damage, max damage to armor, and 9% health damage. Now the reason I am using this weapon is because the base damage will go up depending on how many yellows you have on your build. So let's read through the talent. So shooting enemies will build stacks to cap out at 40. Each stack will give you 1.5% skill damage, and after 5 seconds you'll lose 1 stack. So once you get these stacks up, you know, they'll stay there for a little bit. Now that part I'm not too worried about. That's more PvE centric. What I'm worried about is the second part. It says for each yellow skill tier you gain 7.5% weapon damage. So right now I'm sitting at 72.4k total damage on a all yellow build. Let's see if I can switch it up. Yeah, it's still 72.4, and that's the exact same as the Eagle Bearer. Now going on to my secondary, I'm using the SMG SIG MPX. Now this one has in sync for the talent, so every time I use or damage someone with a skill, I get weapon damage, and every time I, do weapon damage to an enemy, I also get skill damage, and whenever I get both of those buffs at the same time, it'll double the buff altogether. So if I do damage or use a skill while shooting this weapon and hitting a target, I can get upwards of 30% weapon damage buff. Now as far as the attributes, this one has max SMG damage, max damage to targets out of cover, and 17.5 crit chance. And then for my sidearm, double barrel sawed off with in sync and damage to targets out of cover. This one's at 868.8k total damage, and that is with max shotgun damage, 7% damage to armor, and then the 8% damage to targets out of cover. So those are the weapons. We're not too worried about the weapons because this is a skill build. And for a majority of those kills, I was using my skills. So jumping straight into that, I know you want to see the numbers. So here is my Shrapnel trap. Now remember, the Shrapnel trap also applies a bleed to that target. So if you have status effects on top, it might help you out even more. For me, I went with skill haste just so I could get this trap faster. And even with over 100% skill haste, I still have to wait 29.7 seconds between setting the trap. Now as far as the damage is concerned, for PvE, 2.8 million damage. There are 15 traps in total, and the PvP damage just on paper is 700k per trap. Now remember, that's excluding my explosive damage, that's excluding the bleed damage that it does. That's just per trap 700.5k damage in PvP. So that's why you were seeing, you know, my clan member, Subi Razor, he was running through those traps with 2.1 million armor, adrenaline rush, tardigrade, all that jazz, and it was still killing him because it's just an insane amount of damage. You put that together with explosive damage and you're just gonna one-hit anybody. It's kind of messed up. That's why you're gonna get hate mail with this, because it doesn't matter what you do, as long as you put that trap down and they run through it, they're gonna die. Now my other skill I'm using is the explosive sticky bomb. Now this one I've shown time and time again with, you know, a sticky build, mortar build, stinger build, what have you. Using the sticky bomb, you're still going to get a one-hit kill no matter what. Now this one, for the PvP damage, I'm at 1.29 million damage. So it's going to one-tap people. Not only that, but you saw in the Dark Zone, I got a hit for what, it was like 1.9. And that was just, you know, no ADS, just hip fire, sticky bomb, and I hit him for 1.9 million. Now for PvE, it hits for over 5.8 million damage. Now obviously that does not take into account the shock and awe perk, that doesn't take into account the glass cannon, that doesn't take into account the explosive damage. You can just tell it's a lot of damage. Now, those are the two that I'm using, Shrapnel Trap and Explosive Seeker, or Sticky. Now, as far as the build is concerned, all yellow across the board because we are using the Demolitionist specialization. Starting off with the mask, Grupo Sombra. Now, for the Grupo Sombra brand set bonuses I get from this build, 15% crit damage and 15% explosives damage. Now for the attributes, I rolled a skill tier to keep the 6 skill tiers, and then it came with weapon handling maxed out, and I optimized the skill damage to be maxed out at 10%. For the mod, I chose a skill haste mod. It is maxed out at 12%. Going to the backpack, this is the named China Light Industries backpack. It is called the Strategic Alignment. Now, China Light Industries, the brand set bonus I get from this build, 15% explosives damage. Now, the talent that comes with this backpack is pretty cool. It's called Perfect Shock and Awe. So applying a status effect to an enemy will increase your total skill damage and repair by 20% for 27 seconds. So, if I, you know, shoot my sticky and I kill an enemy, I will have my shock and awe for 20 seconds. I can throw a trap down, one hit anybody, or vice versa. I could throw a trap down. They don't even have to run through all of them. They just have to get one of them to go off. I'll get that status effect and then shoot them with a sticky bomb. One hit kill. I mean, it's pretty self-explanatory. You want to get this proc, and then whatever next skill you use is pretty much a guarantee kill. Now for the attributes, it does come with that skill tier. I rolled max skill damage. It came with skill haste at 11.3, and then for the mod, again, skill haste 11.8. Going to the chest piece, this is the Hanayu Corporation chest piece. This one comes with glass cannon, and for the Hanayu Corporation brand set bonuses I get from this build, 10% skill haste and 10% skill damage. For the attributes, I have a skill tier, crit chance at 3.7. Side note, I don't want the crit chance here. I want skill haste. So if you can find one with skill haste, skill damage, by all means use that one. But for this one, I have crit chance and then maxed out skill damage. For the mod, skill haste again, this time at 11.9%. Now remember, I am using glass cannon, so all of these numbers are just amplified by 25%. So you have to put into account the base damage, then put into account the explosive damage, and then you put into account the shock and awe buff, and when all that's said and done, then you factor in the glass cannon. That amplifies all that damage, all those buffs, by 25%. Now yes, all incoming damage you take is amplified by 50%. Yeah, you are squishy, but that's not the point of this build. The point of this build is to one-hit whatever enemy's in front of you. So, you know, Jack and Jill are running around the corner and they're rogue chasing you. Throw down the shrapnel trap and you'll kill them both with ease. Alright, so that is the chest piece. Next up, gloves. This is the other piece of Hanyu that I have on this build, and this one comes with a skill tier, max skill haste, and max skill damage. Going down to the knee pads, again, Grupo Sombra. This is the second piece of Grupo Sombra. Now this one, I have a skill tier, skill haste at 11.3, and then skill damage at 8.5. And then finally, last but not least, the holster. This is my Wyvernware holster. Now the brand set bonus I get from the Wyvernware brand set is 10% skill damage. For the attributes, I have a skill tier, max skill damage, and max skill haste. And that is the build. All yellows except for the mask and the chest piece. So I could get, you know, 24% more skill haste if I didn't have these reds. But it is really, really hard to find 2 yellows on a Grupo Sombra piece. That way you can still run, you know, the skill tier. Because you do want all yellows for this build because it is a explosive build. So make sure you have all the explosive brand sets on. You're running Perfect Shock and Awe, Glass Cannon, and then you have skill damage and skill haste wherever you can. Now going over to the stats. Alright, so this is for the capacitor. 72.4k weapon damage with 38.3k PvP weapon damage. 23.7 crit chance, 90 crit damage, and 75% headshot damage. I also have 12% armor damage and 9% health damage. Now going to the offensive tab, 55% all weapon damage bonus with 30% AR damage bonus. So every time I'm using the capacitor, I get 85% damage bonus total. Now remember, I do have 40% explosive damage with this, you know, build template. And then for the gear talents, I am using Perfect Shock and Awe with Glass Cannon. Now going down to the defensive tab, 726k armor, 332k health, and then I have 10% explosive resistance and hazard protection. Now both of these are due to my watch level. So like every one of my build videos, here is your disclaimer. For this build video, I am watch level 1608. Now, what relevance is that? Well, all of these boxes are attributes. And if you are not above shade level 1000, these attribute boxes will not be maxed out. So if you are looking at copying and pasting my build and trying to get the exact same numbers, you need to be at least shade level 1000. That way all of these attribute boxes are maxed out, and then you can just get the exact same numbers as me. Now if you are below shade level 1000, it's not a big deal. Some of these percentages are not huge. It's not like, you know, a game breaker, but you're not going to be able to get the exact same numbers as me. So just remember, whenever you're copying my build and using it for yourself and you want to compare numbers, just make sure you're at least shade level 1000, and if that's the case, you should get the exact same numbers as me. Alright, and then to finish this off, let's look at the skills in the stat sheet. So for the Shrapnel Trap, it is a skill tier 6 with 102.3 skill haste, a 29.7 cooldown, and a 2.8 million damage. Now it does have 15 traps, and for PvP it's 700.5k damage. Now looking at the Sticky Bomb, again skill tier 6, 102.3 skill haste with a 15.6 second cooldown, and just about 5.85 million damage. Now for PvP it drops down to just under 1.3 million, but still that's without you know, including the backpack talent or the chest piece talent or any of that. So this is just base on paper. Here's your number. And that is it. This is my Shrapnel Trap explosive build for the Division 2. I hope you enjoyed it. Don't forget, the way to get the Shrapnel Trap is you need to go to Coney Island. It is the amusement park, and then toggle the mission setting. That way you can do the Coney Island Manhunt Schaefer. Once you complete that, you will have the Shrapnel Trap, and then you can put this build together just like me. But alright, so I hope you enjoyed it. I showed you some PvP clips. I even showed you a funny little solo manhunt with this build in the Dark Zone. Shout out to the DoD Disciples of Doom, and more importantly, Subi Razor, a part of the clan that helped me out to get that footage. Now, I hope you enjoyed it. Don't forget to hit that like. It does support the channel. And if you want more content, don't forget to hit subscribe and ring that notification bell. If you have any questions or comments at all, let me know in the comment section below. And with all that said and done, look at it. I'm #1 in my clan right now. I mean, I know it just reset like yesterday, but still, that's not bad. I don't remember the last time I was #1. That's probably because of the raid carries me and GC Rock did yesterday. Yeah, that's probably why. But alright, shout out, and I will hit you guys up in the next one. Kamikaze out. Peace.